Ahoy! Are you alive over there? Helmsman, bring us closer. I think... Oh, you are alive. Barely. You're one lucky castaway. Well, what are you all waiting for? Get the boat hooks and pull him aboard. Quite a predicament you found yourself in. How did you manage to end up on that chunk of cloudwood? Castaways aren't common in the skies. There's not much cloudwood on most airships, and if they sink, it's usually because something happens to it. You must have been doubly lucky to have been able to grab onto that piece of cloudwood after it broke off of your ship. Here, take my hand and come aboard. Come on, come on. I'm sure you're tired, but you're nearly rescued. You can muster enough strength to grab my hand at least. There we are. You did enough. I'll handle the rest for you. Must feel good to be on something a little more solid. That driftwood was looking tipsy. You could have dropped right off at any time. Aye, we did rescue you, but I wouldn't be saying that you're safe. I'm guessing you didn't notice our flag. Never fails to make me chuckle when someone's face twists in horror when they see our black flag. Yes, we're sky pirates, and vicious, daring ones at that. You might have heard of our most recent exploit, where we held a governor for ransom. Wait, they're saying what about us? The gall! Just because nobody died, it doesn't make us harmless. We're as dangerous as they come. Well, we haven't killed anyone that I'm aware of, but only because we're that feared. People know to surrender as soon as they see our flag. But we can be reasonable, too. That's why I'm going to allow you to decide your own fate. Your first choice is to be keel-hauled for the entertainment of my men. If you survive, we'll drop you off at the next port. Second choice is to walk the plank. There's no chance of surviving that, naturally. But it's at least less painful than the keel-hauling. Or third, you could become our new Swabbie. Our last one fell off the side of the ship after breaking into the rum stash. And as you can see, the deck is getting grungy. So what'll it be? Death? Or becoming a pirate? I understand if you prefer the former. They always seem to think there's a fourth option, don't they? Grow a spine. You really think I'll change my mind and take you to port for free just because you asked nicely? You'll be using up food, water, and space the whole time you're on here. Besides, if we let you go, you'd be able to tell the High Secretariat about us and any little secrets you picked up. Oh, well, you shouldn't have told me that. I'll just be taking that gold from you then. And no, not in trade for your freedom. Everything you own became mine the second you came aboard. Castaway. Listen, I'm not going to pretend that any of this is out of the kindness of my heart. But the fact of the matter is that these really are your only options. The The High Secretariat rules the Sky Islands from the southern cloud sea to the eternal storm. They seem to hate just about everyone, but none more than pirates. They don't like to share this with regular citizens, but once you've stepped foot on a pirate ship, your fate is basically sealed. If we drop you off, they'll notice for certain. They'll snatch you up and torture you for any information you have on us, and then put you on the chopping block. Anyone who spends any amount of time on a pirate ship is considered a pirate. That's why I'll only consider dropping you off if you agree to be keel-hauled first. You need to understand on a deep, visceral level that is by far the most painful option. You're almost certain to be killed painfully afterwards, though you might get lucky and escape notice. That? Well, I can put you back on that flotsam and release you to the sky again. But do you really think that's any better? That's worse than the keel hauling, trust me. And you have even less chance of surviving. This is a barren stretch of sky. It's a miracle we found you in the first place. And I wouldn't bet on getting a second one. Listen, the life of a pirate isn't as bad as you're surely imagining it to be. As a Swabbie, you wouldn't be expected to do any of the fighting. You'll still get a cut of the booty, if a smaller portion. And you'll get to come ashore with us and spend your gold however you like. There are plenty of islands out there that are safe for pirates. Places where the governors are too corrupt or cowardly to try and take us on. A single pirate left behind is an easy target. But they wouldn't bother you with the whole crew around, ready to defend one of our own. Well, that's too bad then. Sorry, fellas, no keel hauling today. It looks like we've got ourselves a new crewmate. Or rather, a prospective crewmate. I know, I made it sound like it was a done deal, didn't I? But if you're going to be taking up space on the ship, we need to know that you're worth it. Tell me about your skills. Can we trust you to work hard? What can you do when you're not swabbing the deck? Could you defend yourself if the ship got boarded? Well, I wasn't expecting you to be pirate material already, but that's a sparse resume for somebody who was living on a ship. What were you doing on that ship before it got wrecked? Ah, that makes sense. Well, I think we could make something out of that. But you'll need to work hard to make it worth our while to keep you. Overall, I'd say my impression of you is cautiously optimistic. I think you could become a hard worker for me, with motivation. But I need to know that you're brave enough. We can't have someone on our crew who would cringe and surrender when our backs are up against a wall. I have a little test for you to prove that you're brave enough to be a sky pirate. You see that crow's nest up there? I want you to climb up to it, but not with the ladder. You're going to climb up the rigging, across the mast beam, and into the crow's nest. If you can do that, you can have a place on the ship. If not, then it's not as if you would have lasted long in the skies anyway. Oh, come now, have a little dignity. Begging to not perform a simple task that most of the crew do every day isn't leaving a good impression. Fine, then. Take this. It's a cloud vest. It will slow your fall, so if you slip, it won't be lethal. I'd still be very careful, though. The ship will keep moving underneath you as you drift down, and the wind can nudge you around. It's possible that you'll find yourself with nothing beneath you. It's a long, long way down to whatever inhospitable wasteland is below the clouds. Now up you go. Up, up, up. Don't just stand there like a sky anemone, hoping for something to change in your favor. Good, there you go. No need to rush. It's not about speed. You just need to make it to the top. You don't even have to come back down the same way. I'll let you climb the ladder down after you make it. That's an odd way of climbing. Have you ever get one of the salvaging nets? Be ready to catch him if he falls and starts to drift away from the ship. It's not cheating. I set the rules. I decide what's allowed. If he can't do it, then we'll figure something out. I dare you to say that again. I won't have my own crew questioning whether I'm ruthless enough. So far, I've not had to make an example of anyone. But don't think for a second that you can't be the first. What? Well, how about that? You made it. Guess we don't need... Never mind. Fine job, fine job. Climb on down. Well, I'd say you've proved yourself. Welcome aboard, Swabbie. I'm sorry about all that. The way pirate crews are. You'd have been bullied and battered if you hadn't gone through some sort of ordeal to prove yourself. Respect isn't easily given here. Don't worry, Castaway. I'll take care of you from now on.